Shalom to all. Shalom to all.
Shalom to all. Today we're going to be learning Mishnah Shabbat, Perek Yud Beis Mishnah Vav, and Perek Yud Gimel Mishnah Aleph. And today's Mishnahs are being learned Lili Nishmas, Mars, Miriam, Sarah, Basar, Yaakov, Moshe. Her neshama should have an aliyah. The Mishnah Vav continues talking about writing. The Mishnah says, HaKosev shtei oisiyos v'shtei ha'alamos. Someone who writes two letters was with two lapses of awareness. Remember we had spoken about this previously, this concept of a lapse of awareness. Meaning when he did the thing that he wasn't allowed to do, over here, we're talking about writing, he wasn't aware. For some reason he either thought it wasn't Shabbos, or he thought he was allowed to do this on Shabbos. So here he wrote two letters with two separate halamais, which means he wrote one letter, and then someone reminded him, hey, it's Shabbos, you're not allowed to do that. A minute later, he totally forgot what that person just told him, and he wrote another letter. So that's two halamais. Or, achas shachris v'achas ben arabayim. He wrote one letter in the morning, and one letter in the afternoon, and that means that there's enough time in the middle that he could have found out that he wasn't allowed to do this. So in such a case, Rabbi Gamliel Machayev. Rabbi Gamliel is still Machayev this person for writing two letters. And that's because Rabbi Gamliel holds that even though this fellow did find out, or he could have found out, in between letter 1 and letter 2, that what he did wasn't allowed, it's still considered like he did a full malacha without knowing that he wasn't allowed to do it, and therefore he would be chayiv to bring a chatas. Whereas the Chacham Pait and the Chacham Pater, and they say that we can split up these two halves of the malacha, and since he had a yediyah, a knowledge in between, that he wasn't allowed to do this malacha, he's not going to be chayiv, we're not going to combine these two halves. Moving on to Perek Yud Gimel Mishnah Aleph, we're talking about weaving over here. Rabbi Eliezer says, Ha'ireg shlosha chutin batchila, someone who's starting out to weave a brand new cloth or a brand new garment, and they weave the first 3 threads, ve'echad al ha'arig, or they add on a single thread to a cloth which is already woven. Chayiv, they're chayiv. Now that's Rabbi Eliezer's shita. The Chachamim say, bein batchila, bein basayif, it doesn't make a difference if he's starting a brand new garment, or if he's adding on to an existing garment, or an existing piece of cloth. Shiur shnei chutin, the shear of weaving he'd be chayiv for is 2 threads. We're going to stop here for the day, pick up tomorrow with Mishnah Beis and Gimel. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.